It's shell challenge time. This is my favorite kind of video to make because a couple weeks ago, I built a shell of a house, a random box in The Sims. I put it on the gallery and I was like, all right, everybody, I need you to build something with this. So basically, I gave you this weird box, and I really mean weird box when I say weird box. I literally just sat here and I was like, let's do some walls, okay. And then I built something and then I put it on the gallery. You had access to this. You could rotate it, put it on a bigger lot, smaller lot, literally do whatever you wanted with it. The only rules were that you couldn't change the existing walls. You couldn't like move any of them or make it bigger or whatever. These walls all had to stay exactly where they were. You could add things like fences and half walls and patios and blah, blah, blah. You could make the walls taller or shorter, but you couldn't change the existing walls. And then you could literally make anything out of it. I made this house. I was pretty proud of my version of this. I thought it was a nice looking house. I really enjoyed furnishing it. Like, I thought it was very pretty. I thought I did good. And then I saw all of your builds on the gallery and I was like, whew. I suck. That's not true, but there are some really cool builds. But as you can see, I actually rotated my lot. The back of this one is my front, and I tried to make something cool out of it. I think it turned out pretty nicely. I really struggled with the floor plan of this. I'll link my speed build version, like when I actually built the shell, down below if you want to watch it. And then of course, I told all of you guys to go off and build whatever you wanted with it. And today I'm going to show you some of the cool ones I found on the gallery. I want to first say that there were so many more entries than I was expecting. I guess there are always a lot of them, but I didn't really take into account the fact that my channel has like literally doubled in size since I last did one of these. So, there were a lot of builds. I did my best to comment on like as many of them as possible. I was like going through and like looking at all of the restaurants and like commenting on every single restaurant I saw because I was trying to scroll through the houses and like my gallery kept freezing and like wouldn't let me keep scrolling. You know how the gallery is, and there were so many builds on the hashtag that I like literally couldn't even see them all. And I just want to be very clear, I don't want anyone to be upset. Like, I know that you want me to see your build. I want to see your build too. But if I didn't see it or if I didn't tour it in this video, please don't be sad. I don't want to make you sad. That is not my intention. This is supposed to be fun and like a chance to do cool builds and stuff. I don't want anybody to be upset, please. But I have spent a lot of time on the gallery the past like few days looking at them. I did a whole stream where I toured builds the entire time, and I'll link that stream down below too because it's like 3 hours of me just touring people's builds on stream. But I finally have some builds that I would like to show you. I think one of the coolest parts about this sort of shell challenge is that everyone does such like drastically different things with it. And at the end of the day, they're all the exact same building. Like, the shape of it is the exact same, but every build people do with it is just so drastically different. It's really, really cool. So the first one we're gonna look at is called the 4 Sims Base Family Modern House by Anair3 on the gallery. And I really like this one, partially because it was base game only, but also because the terrain manipulation is so cool. I've got a couple base game houses in this one. Mine was base game only too, except theirs is better than mine. So here's what it looks like. I mean, come on. Is that not like the most beautiful thing ever? I love how the terrain is like a slope up to the garage, and then they have this cool like step up to the door. This is so realistic. Like, so many real houses are like this. I just don't usually do this in my own builds. Like, I never like put in the effort to deal with the terrain tools to do this, but it looks so good. Like, look at how amazing the front of the house looks. And then the back is all like cool with these rocks around the side, and they've got this fancy deck area with a pool. I mean, look at the pool. How do you people come up with this? This makes mine look so dumb. And then when you actually go inside, I was so impressed with their decorations. Like, look at this living room with the built-ins they've got for the TV. That looks so good. And this built-in fireplace they made, like the living room, and they made sort of a custom L-shaped couch, little like chess area. They've got an office back here. The dining room and the kitchen. I could not get over how good this kitchen looks. Do you see this? These are backwards of the regular base game cabinet, but it looks so good. They've like framed out the fridge, built in the microwave. They made this like custom fridge pantry area. This is all debug stuff just placed on shelves. And then they put like a glass window in front of it. This is just a light that looks like a handle, but they made this like custom cabinet, and that looks so good. I could not believe how creative this kitchen looked. And then upstairs they've got a few bedrooms, again with the like custom fancy built-ins. I just couldn't get over how creative they were being with the walls they made. The garage too, like oh, you should be so proud of yourself. And again, the house is all base game. So like anyone could download this and pop it in Newcrest and play with it. And look at this like multi-leveled fountain. Oh my goodness. I love shell challenges. I'm gonna, of course, have all of the builds, like usernames and titles listed in the description box in order if you want to download them. This next one is called Pines and Stones by Waffle on the gallery. Like, just look at this for a second. We have gone in a completely different direction from me. Like, can you believe that these two are the same house? It's so funny. No, these three are the same house. Anyway, amazing, amazing build. Again, with the terrain, how do you do this? I love the use of like these columns and these cool like objects to make these like really interesting wall thingies. And the fancy deck they've got out here in the front, and just all the landscaping they put down. I'm so beyond impressed. Look at the backyard over here. Isn't that stunning? Okay, and then when you actually go inside, you enter here, you walk up some steps, and then you come into the kitchen. Again with the built-ins, like how do you people get these ideas? I love this shelf being like on top of the cabinets in front of the window. That just looks so cool to me. You've got a little dining space here. Down some more stairs, we've got a big living room, which looks so cool. This looks so realistic to me also. Like the big long shelf that the TV is on and stuff. I don't know. This feels so good to me. We've got this little office space back here that has a door to the back. The bathroom even is so fancy. And then upstairs, they've got 3 more bedrooms. This seems like the kind of house you'd find in like a magazine, you know, like an interior design magazine. You can just see it. I love the color scheme too, with like the fancy wood and like the black brick, and I don't know, it just, something about this really speaks to me. I really, really like this house. Some people are just so creative, you know, when it comes to building. I feel like I'm decent at building in The Sims. Like I can make a cute house, but like I could never make this. I could never pull this off. Even the like combination of the fences, I would never think to combine like the glass fence with this cats and dogs fence, and that looks really cool. I don't know, I'm impressed. This next one is the Garden Lovers Shell House by Dragon Waffles. That's 2 waffle accounts in a row, by the way. What kind of conspiracy is this? All these waffled people on the gallery winning my shell challenge. This house I actually saw because they were in my Twitch chat, and I was doing like random tours, so you could submit your name and then I would randomize it and pull one out of the hat basically and then tour their build. And this one got randomly selected in my shell tour stream, and I like immediately favorited it. I was like, this is the coolest house I've ever seen. It's supposed to be on a 30 by 30 lot, but I've put it on a 40 by 30 just for ease. Look at this house. Okay, let me walk you through it. So I think that this driveway carport thing is one of my favorite things I've ever seen in The Sims, and I stand by that. I am obsessed. I love the idea. They put a little guest house and like a fun patio gazebo thing on the side. I think I love the way they filled up the entire lot so well. A lot of times when I'm building, I just sort of like have grass on the sides of my house, but this person was like, no, we're gonna have an extra patio and like a guest house side yard. And I think that looks so good. I'm stealing the idea. I'm going to do that in the future. Just you wait. And like, look at the backyard with this fancy pool and all the landscaping. Look, I've never thought to use like these purple and white flowers together. That looks so amazing. And they have this like sitting area with the grill and the hot tub and everything. It's so creative. So over here we have this like smaller guest house, like gamer space. I love the mini fridge in it too. It's so clever. But when you actually come inside the real front door, you walk into sort of little hallway, like staircase area. We've got an arch that takes you into the kitchen and dining room, which is adorable. I love them putting like this cabinet thingy from Cats and Dogs on top of the counters. That looks so like good and realistic there. I might steal that too. I like shell challenges because I can learn things and then take people's ideas. There's a lot of like good inspiration that comes from this. I don't mean steal. I just mean like get inspired by, you know? I love the living room. It looks so cozy and like, I don't know, just nice to hang out in over here. And then upstairs, you've got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I loved how like cute and cozy the teenager's bedroom looked. It just feels so realistic to me again. And then their bathroom is like a little bit messier and more cluttered. I love the use of this divider thingy to sort of make a custom shower, you know? And then the parents' bedroom, also adorable. They've got a fancy bathroom too, which is actually smaller than their kids' bathroom. That's kind of funny. Parents get the worst bathroom. But I don't know, this is one of my favorite houses I've probably ever seen in The Sims. And I don't take that sort of saying lightly. I really, really like this house. I think it looks so good. Next, I want to show you the Waterside Apartments by Duck Braden on the gallery. This is one of my Twitch mods. I've known Braden for years. I didn't really know that he was like super good at building in The Sims, but honestly, so many of my Twitch mods are so good at building. This is my friend Owen's build. Genuinely incredible. If you go on the gallery and filter by most popular, this one of my Twitch mods. This is Porium from my Twitch chat. If you watch my streams, you might recognize the name. How do you people get so good at this? Hello? I raised them well. Anyway, Braden placed my shell twice on the lot, and then turn it into these 2 apartments. And I thought this was so clever and looked so cool. So you can see the shell is here and here, and it's like 2 apartment buildings together. So there's like 4 apartments, I think, total in there. 1 on each floor. But there's like this amazing alleyway with like all these vending machines and the bikes and like the dumpsters and the clutter. This must have taken so much time to decorate and furnish. And I'm just so impressed. Like, look at these cool things on the fences and all the benches. It looks and feels so realistic to me. And I love that you can just come hang out. There's like recycling machines and like the little fire pit. It's really clever. I was really, really proud of him. And so when you actually come inside, you can see there's like completely different style apartments down here. So you walk in the first door and it takes you into this little hallway. Brayden, I'm not sure you can get up the stairs. Okay, well, you come in and there's the front door to the first apartment, which is down here. Kind of cozy, smaller, 2 bedrooms down here. When you go upstairs, there's a second apartment, completely different style, which I loved that he did that. That must have been so much fun to furnish and like decorate for all these different people. Got the steamboat on the table there. But you walk in, there's just 1 bedroom in this apartment, but it's very colorful, very fun. And then the other building, they've got like a smaller apartment down here too. This one's also got 2 bedrooms. I love how this one is like maybe a little bit older and it's got like this old colored carpet, the tiny kitchen. This feels so realistic to me. I love this one. And then upstairs, just a completely opposite style apartment, like way more modern and like newer and more updated. The bed keeps getting deleted when I place it. I don't know what bed he had before, but it looks so cool. I was so impressed with this. I love the idea of placing the shell twice. Like, I didn't say you couldn't have 2 shells. Also, like the cracks in the walls and like around these pipes, like the brick messing up. This is so much fun and so detailed. So many people do this where they'll take my shell and like place it multiple times. There's somebody who always builds an IKEA with my shell and she'll place like my shell challenge like 2 or 3 times and connect them all and make a big massive IKEA. People make like entire like towns. It's really cool. Okay, so this next one, completely different vibe, is a luxury yacht by the Blue Llama. How do you come up with this? So you can see, look at how big it is. I mean, genuinely just one of the most incredible builds I have ever seen. This is honestly one of the best Sims builds I have ever seen in my entire life. So you can see that my original shell, still here, we got my same walls, nothing's changed. They've just added roofing and half walls everywhere to sort of like mask it and make this amazing boat. A boat! And so they've got like all this fun beach stuff out in the yard. Yard's a strong word, it's the ocean, but you know what I mean. Sort of surrounding it, they've got all this beach stuff. It's kind of parked in like this coral area, which is amazing. And just on all sides, this is genuinely so incredible. Look at this like rounded balcony too. That looks so good there. I will never get over this. It's so creative. It's so good. The jet skis and like the cool like dance floor area. Look at how good these plants look. They made like these custom planters with debug. And then when you actually go inside, it's just as cool. Like, look at this built-in fish tank they made. Again with the built-ins. These people and their like shelves and cabinets. Look at how good that looks. It looks so realistic, you know? We've got this cool built-in with the shoes stored away. The kitchen is just incredible. Like, you're so creative. I'm so impressed. I love this build. Okay, so the bedroom down here, also again with the built-ins. They have a fancy bathroom to themselves. And then upstairs, we've got another bedroom. Very similar with the fancy built-ins. They've got a way smaller bathroom here, it looks like. And we've got another bathroom over here. I'm so impressed. And like, they use the tool mod to put these like ottoman cushion thingies down like pillows on the couch. The level of detail is so impressive. And this is such a creative idea too. Like, who looks at this shell and is like, this looks like a boat. What? I don't know. Honestly, one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I saw this on Twitter first and I was like, is this a prank? How did you do that? Look, like all these are different roof pieces they've placed down. I cannot imagine how much time this must have taken. Blue Llama, you should be so proud of yourself. This is so good. All right, this next one is called the Komorebi-adjacent street. It's by Caroline Time on the gallery. I liked this so much because they took my shell and turned it into like a series of shops, like a small little shopping building, kind of inspired by Tokyo, they said in the description. But I just think it's such a cool idea to take my shell and be like, I'm gonna make it into a laundromat. And more. So when you load into the lot, you can see they've got like these 3 different little buildings here. And I love the idea of making this like city street out of my shell. It's just so creative. So the first building that you walk into, the first area, is this laundromat which is so clever. I loved this idea. And like the bathroom with the storage in the back and like the door out to the back of the building and stuff, that's so cool. You have this staircase inside. It takes you upstairs, and there's a couple apartments up here, like small studio apartments. So you have just like the bedroom and the kitchen and then a tiny bathroom. What a clever idea to have these like smaller apartments in here. There's a little restaurant that you have access to, which is just so cute. You have this antique store, and they've got like a staircase to the back. Well, look at all this stuff in the back, and then upstairs they've got some more storage. I just thought this was the most creative thing ever. And like the alleyway they've made, I don't know, this is a debug building, so it's fake. It's just there for like decoration, right? To kind of like fill out the vibes. But I thought it was so smart. Oh, I really just adored this idea. This was such a creative idea. Seems like a fun place to actually come and visit too, because you have these like market things you could use with your Sims. I don't know. I'll stop going on and on about it. We have more builds to get through. This one has got to be the best gallery thumbnail I have ever seen. Like, genuinely, this seems fake. And I mean that as like the highest compliment. This is so cool. It's the Country Farmhouse by Stanley W. Green. And it's an old country farmhouse that's in the midst of a renovation right now. And just look at the yard. Oh my God. How? Someone please tell me how you have come up with this genius idea. The like winding roads and like all the beautiful lined paths and the landscaping and like look at the clothes hanging up in the field. Just from every direction. This is the most beautiful thing in the entire world. I can't get over this. I'm so impressed. Genuinely so impressed. Okay, so when you actually walk up to the house, you walk down the winding country road. They've got like a little garden here, you know. I just look at this, like this staircase they've got. I love the little like gardening tools all saved up for them here. And then inside the house, so creatively furnished. You walk in, they've got a little like sunken living room. The idea of these like stacked coffee tables feels so genius to me. And all the lights, like this kind of eclectic couple you can picture that lives here, they said. The kitchen is adorable. I love the shape of this island. We have this like little sunroom, plant room area by the kitchen, small dining table. These tile stairs feel so accurate to me. I don't know why. It's like a vibe. I've never used this staircase ever in my entire life. I kind of want to use it now. Like I've been inspired. And then upstairs, we've got 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, which just looks so good. Like, look at how cozy and like spa-like this room feels. I think it's supposed to be kind of rustic, but it also gives me like spa vibes. The kids' room is so cluttered and decorated in the best way. We have the main bedroom. They have like a little study area. There's a gnome who's looking in the mirror. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not, but I like him. I'm wondering, like, is this because of like, in my head, I'm like, what if the gnome put himself there? Like, is this some sort of Harvest Fest nightmare? Or maybe he's just hanging out. But this little like nook for the desk is so cute. And then they have their bathroom as well. I don't know, the amount of time and like details involved with all the clutter and like all the landscaping, I cannot imagine how much time this must have taken. And it looks so good. Seriously cannot get over this gallery thumbnail. How? Look at how good that looks. Genuinely so good. All right, this next one is a restaurant. It's the Simsie Shell Restaurant by SJJM_888 on the gallery. Can you believe that these two are the same building? Like that farmhouse and this one? But this one's here in Windenburg as well. I think that the landscaping of this lot is so clever. It looks so like pristine and curated, and like these plants combined look so cool. It feels so realistic to me. Like you would absolutely see this at some sort of like high-end restaurant in real life. I love these signs too, and like the custom windows they made. Doesn't that just look amazing? I'm so impressed. So they have all this outdoor dining space. They've got a bar, obviously, and look, the bar has like that waterfall behind it, and they've made a custom bar by placing like all of these little thingies around it. Genius. So it matches like the exterior of the building that they've put all these things on. Okay, and then when you actually come inside, same thing. They've got a couple spaces to eat. They've got like the host over here, a little stage. They have live music. Back this way, I never have used these Star Wars things. They look so good there. Like the color scheme too with the matching of the wood. They have their kitchen back here. Even like this little like landscaping that they've got on the inside. How cool is that indoor garden? And then upstairs they've got just like some bathrooms and like a sitting area. I don't know, this whole restaurant feels so realistic to me, and it's just so beautiful. Like the detail with the platforms and the custom windows they made, and like Everything about this, the color scheme, I could never have invented this in my brain, and I'm so impressed. I think I could say that about every build that we're looking at today, is I could never have invented this in my brain, and I am really impressed. Next, I want to show you this nightclub. I don't know how to pronounce the name, and I'm scared too, but it's by Aaron Spiegs on the gallery, and they said it's their first build that isn't a house. This is your first build that isn't a house? This is such a pro kind of thing. Anyway, this is amazing. Just the level of detail in the landscaping and stuff. Oh no, I think this is supposed to be lower down. Wait, I feel like that was not supposed to jump up to the height of this. Anyway, like custom fountains and this pool and all the detail with the plants on the roof and like this whole rooftop hangout area. I just think this is the most incredible thing. I like want to have my Sims come here. Imagine like having your Sims hanging out up here. Isn't that just amazing? Okay, so when you actually walk in, it's got this like blue light color scheme. There's dance floors on the inside as well. Couple bathrooms, obviously. You've got another bar, some more places to hang out. Upstairs has like an arcade area. There's like big arcade machines and like all these game equipment stuff. And I still cannot get over the rooftop bar. I just think this looks so cool. I would never, ever, ever have thought to turn that shell into something like this. And it looks so good. The lighting too, I don't know. It's impressive. Next, we have this Oceanside restaurant by the Tater Tot 20. This to me looks so realistic. This like super tall on a big foundation, like beautiful building right by the beach. The like wonderful outdoor dining with that ocean view. All the lights hanging down in the bar. This feels so realistic and I want to come here. Also, they decorated for Christmas, but it's like by the beach, so it's not cold. I love that idea. But then you walk in, they've got some tables. Again, the color scheme feels so like right to me. I love this with the big like water poster painting and the host being here. Obviously got the kitchens for the chef. I loved this idea, the fridge and the wine cellar being juice, sorry. The fridge and the juice in this like fridge room. That feels so realistic to me. And then upstairs, they've got an apartment for whoever owns the restaurant, which just makes so much sense. And like you have a little cat bowl and like the cat tree, their own private balcony. Like what a fun idea. And it looks so realistic. Like right by this boardwalk, down by the beach. Everything about this makes so much sense to me. I love it. Also, this sign like never fails to make me laugh. I love this item. This is like one of my favorite things in The Sims 4. I don't know why. I just think he's cute. All right, I have one more build for you. This one is the base game Winter Lodge. Obviously, to make it actually wintry, you need to have seasons, or in this case, Snowy Escape. They've placed it at Mount Komorebi, so it's got snow on it. But this is a base game building. And look at the outside. The level of detail with the landscaping is so incredible. This is by Michael McGuire 05. They built 3 things for the Simsie shell. And when you filter by most popular, they're all up there. Like Michael builds things every time for the shell challenge and they're always good. So I figured I had to show you this one. Look at how it looks just from the map view. When it's not covered in snow. Everything looks so funny like that. When it's supposed to be snowy and when it's not, it's like, ooh. Those are quite a few rocks, but look at it in the snow. I mean, come on. This is like magical. This like amazing cliffside building. I don't even actually know how you like get to it, but if your Sims manage to get over there, you can relax down by the water. I'm not sure why you would want to do that in these lounge chairs, considering the snow. You can grill out and eat out down here. They've got these big steps that take you up to the top where they've got like a fun snowy walkway. They've got a hot tub. And I just think the building looks so incredible. These are just random debug pieces of wood and they've like used it to make custom pillars to make this like stunning cabin with the fancy roofing. And so when you come inside, it's kind of that like wintry lodge vacation feel. So your Sims can come in, they can relax by the fire. You've got this beautiful big bathroom, parents' bedroom down here. They use a lot of custom paintings. These are ones like off the gallery. People have their Sims make custom paintings, like paint by reference of things, and then upload the paintings their Sims make to the gallery so you can put them in your builds. It looks like these are by Jules64 on the gallery, but just look how nice that is. It's so nice to have that like extra touch. It makes a big difference. And then upstairs, you've got a couple more bedrooms, space for so many Sims to sleep. Honestly, a really good spot to have your Sims come on vacation just because there is so much space for them to sleep. Oh, look at how interesting that is. These are just items in the game. Oh, that's really smart. Like, like paint by reference of some crates. Who would have thought? That's really cool. I wonder who made these. Well, anyway, I'm very impressed by this build and like the level of detail with the snow. There were so many good builds this time on the gallery. Like I said, I did my best to try and comment on like as many as possible. But for example, during my stream last week, I had people submit their names and their gallery ID so that I could like pull a random one out of the hat basically and then tour a random one on stream. 950 people submitted from the stream. That's like 1,000 builds of just people that were watching my stream that day. And imagine how many more of you from my YouTube channel built things for the shell challenge. I mean, I'm so grateful that you all enjoyed it so much, but I am so sorry if I didn't get a chance to see your build. I mean, look, the gallery does this thing where you try and scroll further and it's like, no, and it like refuses and then it glitches and everything. So like, there are probably so many amazing ones that I just completely missed because of the gallery being weird and like stopping and like not letting you scroll further. But look, Santa's snow globe house? Like, what? See? Anyway, thank you so much to everyone who built things for the shell challenge. There's so much fun to do and it's so fun to like have everyone hanging out and trying to build something together. I've done a bunch in the past, so I'll link them down below. And if you're ever looking for like a challenge just to do for fun, I mean, I've got a bunch of shells on my gallery you could try out just as like a fun thing to build, you know? See, what? I can't scroll further. So frustrating. I was trying to post this video yesterday. I had like half of it done, but I needed to finish the rest of it. And I would try and place a lot from the gallery and my whole game would crash. Like I was having the worst time yesterday with the gallery. It's a sore subject. Clearly. Look at this one. Anyway, you're all very talented. Most of you more talented than me. And on that note, I'm gonna go. Please go show some love to the creators that I showed you today. I've got all their gallery IDs listed down below in the description box. Like, go check them out, download their other builds. They're all extremely talented, much more talented than I am. And on that note, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. I'm so sorry if I didn't get the chance to see your build. It's not on purpose. I know you know this, but I don't want to make anybody sad. I so badly do not want to make anybody sad. There were just so many more builds than I was anticipating.